What's up, fam? You're locked into Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam, where real talk meets real hustle. I'm your host, Marquis Sampson. Hollis, Queens, birthplace of legends. Run DMC, Jam Master Jay, LL Cool J, Ja Rule, Nicki Minaj, just to name a few. And one name you might not know, or you might know if you're from the hood. The name is Qasim. A different kind of legend. A legend that kept the streets on lock, not just in Hollis, but in all 5 boroughs. His name rang bells. The system took the man away for 30 years, but he never gave up. This is the story of Qasim, the street guardian of Hollis. Let's get into it. What's up, Qasim?
Yo, what up, man?
Man, a lot of people miss you out here in these streets, man. 30 years. Actually, it's been more now since you've been going because now you moved away. So, but damn, that was like, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
I mean, it is what it
The
is.
man, the myth, you know what I'm saying? I remember my junior high school days. Man, I remember one time, man, I had gotten into a fight in junior high school, and it was a friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? And I never used to like to fight my friends, you know what I'm saying? It just never made sense to me because we're going to be friends again. But me and Albert, man, we got to fighting in the park. And every time I would get Albert on the ground, somebody would pull him off of me. Somebody would pull me off of him. So, you know, he had all his peoples out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous. Then I looked up and seen you. Man, I lit up like it was Christmas, man. I was so happy. But then somebody had pulled me away. I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was my cousin. Somebody pulled me away. And I looked back and I seen you tearing Albert ass up.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes, you know, things get out of hand, you know, but now and then it's 2 different times, you know.
Yeah.
Right now, if I came upon that scene, I'd be like, yo, resolve.
Just break it up, yeah. Just break it up, yeah.
But then I see my little man getting into it, and everybody's surrounded like, yo, you know, we for this, we not for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, son, not that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Take us back to Hollis in the 90s, 80s and 90s. What was the energy like growing up back there then?
How far back?
80s and 90s.
Changed.
You know what I'm saying? Back when, you know what I'm saying, when hip hop was getting, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it was fun.
It
was fun. It was
the block parties.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. It was, you know, it was something that, you know, growing up, that you felt a sense of unity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, when it comes to Hollis, everybody's like one big
Family. Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? And the thing about Hollis, when it comes to any other part of New York, especially when you're dealing with Queens, it's like Hollis is a uniformal place, and everybody is like family.
Family, yeah.
You know, sometimes family fall out.
Yeah.
You know, but they find a way to come
Get back, yeah.
You know, but one thing about it, and you don't care how anything is moving. Once you go outside of Hollis, it's that camaraderie. Everybody comes right back.
Right back,
and sticks together.
And if you go outside of Hollis and bump into people who are from Hollis, it's automatic family.
It's family.
Automatic family. As soon as you bump into them, yeah.
Man, I can tell you crazy stories about going outside of Hollis and being looked at in a different angle, and people not knowing who you are or what your pedigree is, especially being from Hollis.
Yeah.
And it's not just one person from Hollis. It's like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're from Hollis, you represent.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It was crazy. Well, we'd be on the south side, Rosedale. I remember one time, speaking of Rosedale, we went to a party out in Rosedale Center, and shit was so crazy. It's like it was 2 ways out, but it's only one way out because it like came out into a T.
Yeah.
You can go to the left or you can go to the right.
Yeah.
But they had us surrounded in there, and it was like everybody was like, "Yo, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Yo, they out there. What we doing?"
Yeah.
Like, nah, nigga, let me lead the charge. That's what we doing. Just follow me.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like I said, it's like family. You're gonna always protect your little brother. Sometimes you have to protect your big brother, your moms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to you do it. And Hollis, that's what Hollis is.
And that was like that in different areas. I remember going to the roller skating ring.
Which one?
The what was the one that
The one on the Avenue. Which one?
No, not the one I have. The one out in Long Island.
That's Lacey's.
Lacey's, yeah, man, going out there. And then they had the one off of Queens Boulevard. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then you go out there and you get into beefs, and even people that ain't come with you, but you from Hollis, like everybody just group up, like you know what I'm saying? It's a Hollis thing. It's a Hollis thing. Yeah.
Sure
Yeah.
It was. This is a story that the only one that likes to like divulge it is like either Shamik or MacGyver.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it was something going on with some kids from, I don't even know, I think it was from down by Springfield. It was down from Springfield. We young. We in high school.
By 34 Park.
Yeah, they're down that way. It was a kid named Tuffy. It was him and his brother, you know what I mean? So one day we go to pick up Shamik to make sure he's good. Now, if y'all don't know who Shamik is Gerald Gray,
Yeah.
We was all in the boxing and
Colonel Park boxing.
Colonel Park.
Shamik is the first one that had me lace up.
Shamik went professional. That was my little man. We was not little man, but that was my man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I say little man because
he was short.
Yeah, not only that, but his brother Earl.
Yeah,
so
Earl.
I fell in the middle of them, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, my little man. You know what I mean? Earl, my big brother.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we had got into something, so we had to go make sure Shy was alright because he was the only one going to 238 at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when me and MacGyver, y'all might know him as Ralphie Poole, we pull up and the niggas was already on us. You feel me? But being that I was the little guy, I'm littler than MacGyver, so it's just us two and we come up and we waiting for Shy. So the next thing you know, it's like it seemed like the whole school was like, they grabbed Mac, you know what I mean, hemmed him up on the bus, and I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's just me and him.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. So we can't do nothing until we make sure Shamik is alright.
Yeah.
So anyway, MacGyver's holding on to the rails on the bus. I'm standing outside of the bus. We can't do nothing. Ain't no punks in us, but we can't do nothing because one move and everybody going.
Yeah.
So you see Shy coming around the corner. I nod at him, and Shy like, look. And behind him, it's a kid named Tuffy. It's him and his brother. Shy just busts him in the mouth with the umbrella. And started popping. You know what I mean? Yo, we are fighting the whole school. We're in the middle of Hillside Avenue.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how big and busy Hillside Avenue is, look it up.
Yeah.
But we're in the middle, and it's just that me and MacGyver at this time, we had these iron picks from the 70s. You know And we used to carry them in our pockets. You know what I mean? So it's, to anybody that sees it, anybody that sees it, they figure it's just a pick, but it was more of a weapon.
Yeah, your weapon, yeah.
So you know what I mean? So we rumbling from 238 all the way back to Burger King. Feel me? So we rumbling. We're in the middle of Hillside Avenue. We getting it in, and it's just me, Shamik, and MacGyver.
Yeah.
So as we back down to Burger King, because we had just left the bus terminal.
Yeah.
And again, this one we used to all hang out on the avenue and we get into the
south side. Yeah.
So as the bus is coming now, like we said, Hollis is unity. So all you got to do is just hit the back of the bus, and niggas gonna look up. And that's where everybody from Hollis sat in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
So boom, hitting on the window, boom, 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 boom. Look up, yo, it's Brad, it's Jam Master Jay, Little Calvin.
Yeah.
Everybody just come off the bus and everything is popping.
Yeah.
Everything is popping. So the nigga Tuffy and them, they start breaking out because they don't have the unity.
Yeah.
They start breaking out. They split. They spread. And Tuffy is running down 169th Street, right? 160, whatever it is, right by Burger King. So me and Jam Master Jay chasing him, right? And the nigga turn around and bust at us. Bow. So
that's crazy. He had a gun back then.
He had a gun back then. So check out what Jay does, right? So I hit the car. Jay slides up under the car and jumps up. See, niggas don't know how thorough Jay was. They said, he run DMC, but before he run DMC,
Jay may run in DMC thorough.
Right. So Jam Master Jay is Hollis crew.
Hollis crew,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We was a young dude, so we was like the Hollis Juniors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we slowly merged into one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The older
as we
guys
got older,
they started fading out.
Fading out,
and
yeah.
The younger guys
Yeah.
start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, the nigga boss at us. Boom. So Jay slides under the car. Boom. Jump up. Like, hey, pussy with the 25. Come here. Right? But because the gun jammed. So now Tuffy's running again. So we continued. We couldn't catch him. But, you know what I mean? That was a murder scene on the seat if we'd have caught him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, it was just things like that would go on and on and on.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun,
It was
though.
fun.
You know
It
what I'm saying?
was fun.
Them bros
It
back
was
then, they were fun. I remember going up to Jamaica Ave and Southside coming up there acting reckless, and you sit there and call the Q2 be loaded
Yes,
with
loaded.
hollers, loaded with hollers, and then they jump off the bus, hollers, and everybody would just start scattering.
Yeah, but that's one thing to say. As big as the South Side was,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because if you
That's why I said Hollis was just a street. Hollis was just a street. Southside was a whole neighborhood. It was a whole area, a whole borough, like.
Basically, you know what I mean? Because you got 40, you got Paisley,
yeah, you had all them projects, and
even,
Hollis was
even
just
Rochdale and all that shit. Try to slide up on the we South Side,
Nah.
whatever. But
Hollis
we
was
Hollis,
strong, though.
and
Yeah, Hollis was
it's
strong.
like a 5-block radius.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And
That's like
up the
LL.
Third
LL
Street.
was from Farmers, but he used to always try to rep Hollis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then,
Hollis was strong.
It kind
Hollis
of
was
merged.
strong.
But see, the reason I believe L did that is because, you know, he fuck. Yo, let me tell. I'm gonna surprise the people and let them know something, right? Yo, there's a kid named Shabazz.
Yeah, El Shabazz.
El
Jay
Shabazz.
trying to rock that shit.
Right. There's a kid named Shabazz, right? Now, me and Shabazz was like arch nemesis.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was like on site.
yeah.
On site. Wherever it is, it's on site.
Yeah,
He don't back down. I don't back down.
yeah.
I remember the very first time that I ran across him. I didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? I didn't know who he was. So I'm on the bus. It's me and Earl. We on the bus. We was young, so we was into, crime.
Yeah.
So the nigga Shabazz on the bus shining. Like, what? This nigga is shining. He jeweled up. You know what I mean? He talking to, I don't want to say bitches, but he talking to bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doing things for me. Oh, look at we coming from the Ave. And we looking like, yo, what's up? It's like, all right, you got him? Got him. You know what I mean? Got him. All right. So boom. So he like, yo, and he's like, yo, what you know, he got a soft voice. He like, yo, what you looking at?
Yeah.
Like, what I'm looking at? What you looking at? Yo, I'm saying, man, you all up in me. You looking? What you looking at? You looking for something? Right. So, me and Earl had this little thing going. I said, man, I'll hit you like this. And Earl bang on him. Bow. Right. So when he turn, I rip him. Bow. Snatch all his jewels and shit. Right. But that just set it off in the motion.
Yeah.
That we got an internal beef. Like lions and hyenas. We just at it. On site, where it is. Like I said, he never backed down. I never backed down.
Yeah.
I get a nigga his kudos, right? So everybody always knew me and Shabazz to be arch nemesis.
Yeah.
But the thing about the kid Shabazz, he was thorough. That's number one. But he's loyal. He's official.
Yeah.
And he's thorough.
Yeah.
He's about him,
Yeah.
and not just him. He looks out for his
For
people.
people, yeah,
So
yeah.
when it comes,
That's the
full
same way
circle,
you was.
exactly,
Same way
and
you
that's
was.
what happened. This
Yeah.
is so me and him had like you can basically say a love-hate relationship.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because he's over there,
Yeah.
and him don't talk. I'm over here. You feel me?
Yeah.
He doing what he do. I do what I do.
Yeah.
So we came from the streets, and we dipped our toe.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He
I met Shabazz. Shabazz and I was in Boy Scouts together.
Wow.
That's how long ago we went back. Yeah, we was in Boy Scouts together, and we ain't really rock when we was in Boy Scouts. You know what I'm saying? He was just off doing his thing. I was off doing my thing. We ain't really rock, but we just knew each other from Boy Scouts. Then we went to Van Buren.
Right.
We seen each other again in Van Buren, but yeah, we knew of each other. We knew each other, but
Well, guess
we ain't
what?
really rock together.
Guess what? When I was inside, right? When I was locked up, I got phones and shit. I'm doing my thing. I'm still gonna be me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be me. But I look on Facebook. It was Facebook, right? And it was some of the homies. You know what I mean? Some of the homies, some family members. Like my god brothers and shit.
Yeah.
Eric and Treese. You know what I mean? Like I see photos. Now remember, I've been gone for decades. I'm locked up for decades. So the phone is something like crazy to me,
Yeah.
right? So when I'm locked up, you know, we got to do our things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting it in. Ask about me. You know what I mean? Ain't
Yeah.
nothing changed. I'm still
Yeah.
the same nigga from the street. The only difference is they took me off the street. So
Yeah,
they take me
yeah,
off the
yeah.
street. It don't change my mindset.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm in there, you know, I'm doing what I do, you know, I'm moving things, doing
Yeah.
whatever. You feel me? So you got the phones and shit. Right? So I'm on Facebook one day, right? And I'm seeing all the homies that is supposed to be loyal. You know what I mean? I can't
Yeah.
tell you who to rock with.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But you know when you're out of picture, you know how they say out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So it didn't matter how much loyalty I showed individuals. It's like when you're gone, not everybody, but a lot of individuals that you would think is there, they're over the other side.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when I see all these different individuals that's friends with Shabazz, you know, this is the arch nemesis. This is niggas we trying to take out, niggas trying to take the same shit, right? So I see niggas like this. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how we gonna do it, right? But I'm me, and there's one thing that I don't never cut, no cut. Everything it is right up there because I'm a man. I'm gonna do whatever it is need to do, and niggas gonna dress me, and it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna respect me. You feel me?
Yeah.
So anyway, wow. I hit him, send him a message. So he responds back. He's like, yo, you know, I'm gonna do it in his voice. Yo, what's this? Is this my arch nemesis? Right? So I'm like, Mike Tyson? No, it's not, right? So I'm like, yeah, this is me. Right? So he says, yo, what's up? And he says the same thing that I say or feel.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's just that we never presented it to each other.
Yeah.
And he says, hey yo, Quan, man. Hey yo, man. I always had love and
Respect,
admiration.
Admiration, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always had love and admiration for you. Yo, because you're a real nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, yo, it's the same, son. It's the same. So he says, yo, what made you reach out to me? I said, yo, listen, man. So many years has passed. And over the years, I ran across individuals. You know, I was in, yo, son, when I tell you I was in 7 different penitentiaries with the officials of the officials. Yeah, there's some busted niggas in there too.
Yeah.
But you know, with official niggas and you know, like-minded niggas, they link. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like for instance.
Hold on thought, man. We gotta go to break real quick. I'm 4 minutes behind on the break. Hey, you're watching Mic'd Up with Sampson Fan. We going to break. We'll be right back.
Behind the Lens with Officer William Burnett. William Burnett, an agent of change. William Burnett is a 29-year law enforcement professional who actively engages the community through the Friends of William Burnett for Change. William Burnett normally can be found in the community making a difference, but today he's behind the lens. 29 years he has called Richmond home. William is personable, responsible, and relatable. Sitting and talking with William, it was evident that the community is at the center of his heart. Thank you, Officer William Burnett, for your service to the RDA community.
And we're back, Mic'd Up with Sampson Fan. We're here with the legendary Qasim. Let's get back into the conversation. So you were saying, now I forgot what we were talking.
I got you. You was talking about with Shabazz. So like I said, I've been to 7 different penitentiaries. I went to 1 FCI, and I was there for like a year and a half before I came home.
Okay.
Right? But other than that, you got 26 years in the pen of hard level 7s. You know what I mean? Marion, Beaumont, Leavenworth, Atwater. I mean, Coleman, Florida. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
Lewisburg. You know, I've been everywhere. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I've been with all the niggas. You know what I mean? And even the dudes in there that was tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nah.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, I watch. You know, I don't. You know, watch it. But you know, you on TV, you watch YouTube, and you see all the dudes on there, and they, oh yeah. All right, I'm not doing that. I'm only doing this right here now for family. You feel me? Other than that, I wouldn't be doing this. See, I know I owe PR. You know, his name is Coach PR.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on Shady. Now I'm supposed to do an interview with him. You know what I mean? But we've been pushing around. But we're gonna get to it because when it's time for me to do that right there, I got to do that with Shabazz.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, that's the reason I was telling you the story about Shabazz, because when it came down to the Facebook and we linked up.
And see, that's gonna be epic right there, because for two hard rivals, that's like with the Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? Two hard rivals, and then one day the heads of the Crips, head of the Bloods, they got together and talked, trying to unify, you know what I'm saying, the group. But then, and they was unified at one time, but then, you know what I'm saying, the young cats, they just, you know what I'm saying, broke it apart again. But yeah, that would be epic for people to see that, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we was rivals, but it ain't about that.
It's not about that.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about that. Y'all really throwing y'all lives away,
right,
struggling on something that really, you know what I'm saying, make no sense.
Well, let me tell you this, right? I know we're getting a little before what we're trying to do, but Shabazz, like right now, he's doing youth.
Yeah.
In Connecticut.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing the youth. And before that, like, it's crazy that, like I said, we're two like-minded individuals, but we both wind up traveling the same roads, just on different parts.
Yeah.
You know, like Shabazz, I shouldn't even be telling his story because it's not my story to tell, it's his story.
Yeah.
But Shabazz was wanted so bad in Connecticut that they framed him. They framed him for murders. You know what I mean? And it was just it's in the papers. It was just a whole big thing, and he wound up suing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just crazy. But like I said, it's not my story; it's his story to tell. And Shabazz today, from us being arch nemesis for so many years, Shabazz is my brother today.
That's what's up. That's what's
Shabazz is my
That's
brother.
what's up.
We broke bread.
Yeah.
His son is like my son.
Okay.
I mean, me and him, we both got trucking companies.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So we he's still doing this thing though in the music and all this, but he has a trucking company as well. So
he's doing it with Eric, doing the music with Eric.
Nah. He's doing, like, listen, the kid, he's teaching at Yale.
Okay.
He's doing a hip hop joint at Yale.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, and it's another thing that I'm kind of vexed about. You know, it's like sometimes people forget. You know what I mean? They get too big.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling L out or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not my place.
Yeah.
But
Shabazz was L's bodyguard for a while.
Nah, that was like L's brother.
Brother, yeah,
you know what I mean? He saved L from a whole lot of
beef.
Yeah. And OB, that's Greg. That's Shabazz's son.
Okay.
That's L's godson.
Okay.
But yo, L don't do what a godfather's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, that's not my story. That's his story.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show you how everything comes full circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes full circle. Because I can go into it and there was some life-changing things that were supposed to occur, but not everybody's like you.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm not going to drop no names or anything like that, but I will say this. I laid the keys in a brother's hand before I left.
Okay.
He came to see me, and I told him this. I said, yo, listen, Russell's going to give me a label. Here's the artist.
Yeah.
I laid it all out for him. And he told me, I want to wait till DMC gets his production deal. I looked at him sideways, like, what the fuck? But that's the mindset of individuals that are not go-getters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not. They don't have the heart, and they don't have the mentality to seek out and go where no man has ever gone before. You feel me? And had they listened and took hold to those keys, then the very first person who would have fell in their lap would have been Irv Gotti.
Okay, yeah.
That would have been the first person.
Yeah. We're gonna get into the Irv Gotti story because you kind of put him on. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get back on time though. We're gonna take a break, take a pause for the cause. You're watching Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with Qasim.
Daddy, do tell me a bedtime story.
Okay.
Once upon a time. Oh, this is detective.
Thank you, God. See, I can call my mama.
What about my son?
Get him in there.
Mama!
Hey, ready to go back to jail. Ready. Shit. Accommodate. Who? Your house. Your home.
Hey, what are you doing? That's going in your review.
Like, how are you really talking to Terrell when I was talking? It's like girl code type situation.
Because I had.
You didn't even give me a good review on the date or nothing. Like you gave me you gave me 3 stars and you did it 3 times.
And if I could give you negative stars, it would be negative stars.
And the bodies have had 2 puncture marks on the neck. Okay. And they've also come up with all the blood missing in the bodies. What you trying to say? What else could do something like that, bro?
Your stupid ass jump in front of moving cars. So who the hell is the ghetto one? I think it'd be you. What? Oh, there she goes right there.
Oh, hell no!
Daddy, that's good.
Behind the Lens with Officer William Burnett. William Burnett, an agent of change. William Burnett is a 29-year law enforcement professional who actively engages the community through the Friends of William Burnett for Change. William Burnett normally can be found in the community making a difference, but today he's behind the lens. 29 years he has called Richmond home. William is personable, responsible, and relatable. Sitting and talking with William, it was evident that the community is at the center of his heart. Thank you, Officer William Burnett, for your service to the RDA community.
And we're back. You're watching Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam. We're here with the legendary from Hollis, Queens, Qasim. So we was talking about Irv Gotti. Rest in peace. How'd you hook up with Irv Gotti?
Wow, that's crazy right there. When was the first time that I met Irv? I don't know if it was the first time I met him was in the park.
What park was that?
That was Jamaica Park.
Jamaica Park.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the first time I met. I think that was the first time I met him in Jamaica Park.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris, that's my man. Chris
Gotti, yeah.
That's my man. And me and Chris go way back.
Yeah. You had gave me the number. We was talking for a minute. Chris and I was talking for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Chris, good dude, solid dude. You know what I mean? Good dude. But one day they're having a park jam. I pull up in the park. Everybody's in the park.
Yeah.
So it's like, show up, represent, and then you can get going.
Yeah.
But it's fun at the same time. So anyway, I'm up there, I'm behind the turntables, behind the boards. I'm not on the turntables. I don't do the turntables, I play on the turntables. But yes, Garfield, Smith, who else was up there? I don't even remember.
Everybody.
But it's like, everybody's up there. But Chris came to me one day and he was like, yo, that night, he was like, yo, Quad, man, yo, get my brother on the turntables. So I looked at Chris, I'm like, yo, you bugging. You bugging. You know what I mean? Because I guess he asked because, you know, sometime when, you know, in the middle of their DJing, I go up there and I bullshit around. Like, yo, DJ. You know what I mean? Like, yo, come on, Quad, yo, come on, nigga, come on. And I fuck it up. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just fucking it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyway, Chris asked me, he was like, yo, get my brother Irv on. So I'm like, yo, you bugging, Chris. He's like, nah. I said, yo, Chris, the nigga better be nice. He's like, man, he nice. I'm like, Chris, he better be nice. If he don't be nice, it's gonna get hectic in here.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, just put him on. Yo, he got this. So I slide over to Garfield, yo, G, man, yo, get a little kid the turntables. Garfield look at me like, yo, you kidding me? It's a little kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, like, man, get a nigga the turntables, man. So he's like, yo, wow. Like, yo, come on, man. So I'm like, slide Garfield, like, come on, man, come on, G. So boom, he get on the turntables, you know. Garfield, my man. We call him Haitian though.
Yeah. He
So
used to hate that.
He hate that. He call his little son little Haitian. He's like, yo, I'm Jamaican. Nah, you Haitian. You after your dad. But anyway, so Irv gets on the turntables. You know what I mean? He gets on the turntables and he started doing his thing. You know, he used to do his thing. You know what I mean? But you know what? Nah, that's not the first time I met him. Because what Irv used to always do, him and Romeo, my nigga Romeo.
Okay.
Yeah. What he used to always do, he used to always bring me tapes. And one of the first tapes that he brought to me, and I'm looking at him sideways like, what do you want me to do with this? I gotta sell drugs. What the fuck is this? Right? So he gives me a tape, and it's called Veteran. Veteran, right? It said, I'm better known as a veteran. That's Rome. You gotta get Rome up there. But anyway, so the tape that's what it is. So I gave Jay the tape. I'm like, yo, Jay, yeah, man, what am I do with this shit? Yo, listen to this shit. So anyway, back to the park. Then we come back to that. Back to the park. So, you know, Irv gets on, peace and blessings be upon him. He gets on, he does his thing. But, you know, that's world renowned, man. Everybody know about that, you know, how you get on, boom. So he got the park. After that, they like, yo, shorty, yo, come on, you want to DJ? This and that, it's Garfield. Yo, what's up with your little man? He can come back, he can DJ, this and that. Like, nah, nigga, you ain't want him on the turntable. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's that. So now Irv comes and he's the DJ. He's constantly DJing for the park. All right. But back to that tape. Here go Irv. Hey yo, Quad, just listen to my tape. So this nigga sound like 50 Cent before 50 Cent. Just listen to my tape, man. All right. So anyway, then he after that, I give Jay the tape or whatever, and I cannot get rid of this little nigga. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know how he's looking at it. If he's looking at it like, yo, I'm with one of the biggest drug dealers, this and that, I'm hanging out. But I'm looking at it like this because I don't never do no big me, little you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So this is my little man. I used to go pick the nigga up from home, take him to school. You know what I mean? Because one day I'm going down Springfield. I'm taking my girl, Crystal, to school. And he's standing over under the trestle, you know, with the 3 stop. Yeah. He's standing over there. It's a whole crowd over here, but he's over here by himself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I look at him and I say, hey, yo, Irv, come here, man. So he come and jump in the car. Boom. So everybody can see, yo, the Brown Maxima, the Brown Maxima. Yeah. So he gets in the car, boom, take him up to the school. You know what I mean? So a nigga see him getting out of the car, he's like, yo, that's Qasim, yo, that's what he doing with that dude? You know what I mean? Again, Irv's like 15 years old. You know what I mean? So he's like, okay, bet. So from there, they're like, yo, Irv, and Irv was like, yo, hey man, come to my job. So I'm like, come on, man. He's like, yeah, but I gotta go. You feel me? Yeah. Pull up on him, you know, and that's how our bond solidified.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Hey, we're gonna stop it right here. This is part 1 of Talk with Qasim. You watching Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam. We're gonna bring it back to part 2. But this is another story, another truth laid bare, here on Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam. We give the mic to the unheard, the ones who lived it, survived it, came back with the scars to prove it, because every voice matters, especially the ones the world tried to silence. Keep showing love, keep seeking truth, and always remember, real stories don't fade, they echo. I'm Marquis Sampson, and this is Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam. Until next time, stay solid, stay tapped in, and stay mic'd up. Part 2 coming soon.